name is Frank Peters, and I'm 50 now. And approximately 7 years ago, it was a perfect day in September, and I was windsurfing along Harrison Lake here, and there wasn't a boat or another sailor on the water. And well, next thing you know, I was waking up in the Royal Columbia Hospital after a 2-week induced coma. I was windsurfing, and I was run over by a boat. So the injuries I sustained in that accident, I had a shattered femur. The femur was pushed through the knee. I had a broken arm, facial injuries, collapsed lung, broken pelvis, and a head injury. I am now limited in various areas of I guess my mental capacity. I have a challenging time multitasking. I can focus best on one thing. When things start to get a little too unorganized, I get very anxiety or stress or angry too. I've also lost my sense of smell to some degree, and taste. You know, I recognize smells, but labeling them and naming them is challenging. A lot of guesswork there, and I don't do a lot of cooking, which works for me. Yeah, I have these black spots. Sometimes there's just everything is gone. There's a void. Rehabilitation, it's in the end, it's everything. Webster and Associates were there to get us on the right track. They bang on did it. In hindsight, there's nothing I would have changed. Physical therapy, occupationally, counseling, how do I deal with my frustrations? The right people were there. So after, I guess a week or so after waking up in the hospital, my brother-in-law, a really good man, he a researcher by nature, he lined up for me 3 or 4 of the most recognized law firms. He invited them to introduce themselves and to make an offering for legal assistance. And of those lawyers, I remember Brian Webster. I didn't have to give it a lot of thought. I was comfortable right away. He's just such a human man. He's not only a real intellect, obviously, doing what he does, but he was kind and gentle, yet very clear and pointed in his communication. So after years of paper, phone calls, meetings, different types of appointments, we ended up at mediation. And mediation, for whatever reason, it was good and it was smooth. I appreciated the fact that I was able to be there and I felt like it was a large part of it. It was my mediation, and I had Brian beside me, and it was a long day, and it just worked out in every way. There was a legal compensation, and under the circumstances, I think that I received the maximum benefits that I could have received. It costs a lot of money. It takes years for the process to conclude, and it's expensive. So just regaining what you've lost financially is, it's meaningful. And then, you think about what can I do with the balance to prepare for what's to come, because there's a lot of unknown in the future. I had a business where I managed, over a dozen employees at one time in a chaotic environment, and it wasn't possible for me to do that. So I sold that business and I started a new business, and the funds have helped in that transition. The lawyers, just so professional and on the ball, big picture thinkers. They don't just think about your injuries today, they think about your entire future, where you're going, how you're getting there. They're not just lawyers. They're not just there to get a bunch of money, take their share. They're there, like they're wholeheartedly there, and they're there for you, and you feel that in every step of the way. I would highly recommend Webster Associates. The whole staff, from the front desk to the associates, Brian, Barbara, everyone who I dealt with and was in contact with, they made a difference, not just to me, but to my whole family.